Okay, so it's 6:44, uh, Monday morning, the 13th. What day is it? Yeah, Monday morning, the 13th of April here in 2020. This is the beginning of week five, maybe week six. I'm not even sure of the coronavirus, the whole pandemic, shelter in place, social distancing, which I've been doing. It hasn't really been that much of a struggle because, to tell you the truth, like I don't really leave the house all that much, and the people that I talk to are people like yourselves who are on the internet. But I have been here, and I have been thinking a lot about how I can provide stuff to you guys over the next several months as this thing happens. I've been trying to continue to do the things that I've done, and for the most part, it's not. It's been difficult. It's been difficult because, the guy that I play on Painfully Honest Tech is not necessarily 100% the guy that I am. It's an exaggeration of a certain aspect of who I am, and I love to have conversations about tech, and I love to tweak people about, their sacred cows and all that kind of thing. But when it comes down to it, I mean, I'm just not really that kind of guy all the time. And sometimes when things are not great, it's kind of miserable to feel like I have to be that guy. And I don't want to be that guy. And I don't want to make people angry. I want to find some way to help people. And right now, the thing that's been incredible to me is that technology has just completely transformed the way that we live our lives right now, and the way that we are dealing with this whole pandemic and our isolation and our ability to still communicate and work and do all the things that we need to do to help people and help ourselves and keep the world moving in whatever way it can move throughout this time. I mean, I lived through 9/11, which was not the same kind of thing, but we didn't have the same kind of connectivity. There was the internet, there was email, there was all that stuff, but it wasn't as widespread. It wasn't as ingrained in our lives. It wasn't as much of a big deal as it was as it is right now. And so I remember during 9/11 coming home on that day, just feeling completely uninformed, frightened, unaware of like what might happen next or what any of it's going to mean. And the only outlet that I had, really, we sat for days on our couches and we watched television. And we listened to the news and we got through it somehow. I mean, for all the things that Rudy Giuliani may or may not be right now, Rudy Giuliani, it was the Andrew Cuomo of September 11th. He really helped, especially the people of New York City, to get through that moment. And so I find myself, when it comes to Painfully Honest Tech, needing to be painfully honest about what it is that I really can offer right now. If you've followed the channel at all, then you know that I've led a long life of doing many different things and having many different struggles. If you don't know, I am a recovering alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in almost 8 years, and that's going great. Not drinking was very interesting. It changed my life in so many ways, and in so many ways, my life has never gotten back to normal. But I'm so much better for it. But it does alter the way that I handle things. And part of that is I used to drink a lot, and it helped me deal with anxiety and depression. And anxiety and depression, without drinking, they kind of still get to me. And I'm trying to do the things that you need to do. I'm trying to do the stuff that needs to happen. I'm trying to, exercise, and I'm failing. And I'm trying to eat right and not doing very well at that. I'm trying to sleep, and I've been up since 3 a.m. I only slept for 3 hours last night, and I've been napping, and whole days have gone by where I've only been, out of bed or awake for maybe 5 or 6 hours. And I'm not saying this to complain. I'm just saying this that in the context of what I want to deliver here on the Painfully Honest Tech YouTube channel as we move forward. It seems ridiculous to me. It seems difficult. I don't know. Different strokes for different folks, but it seems ridiculous to me. It seems like really, really hard to keep on going, just talking about the latest smartphones or talking about, this or that, whatever. It doesn't seem to me like that's really providing any value to the world, except for entertainment value. And I'm not going to discount entertainment value. Many of you have said that the entertainment value of just having people up there talking about things that aren't necessarily the coronavirus and the things that are happening right now have been really beneficial to you. And I want to continue to provide that kind of stuff. And I will continue to talk about that kind of stuff in some way. But when I look at the Painfully Honest Tech person that I am on this YouTube channel and the one who likes to tweak people and all that, like I said, I just don't see that person being really all that useful to the world right now. I like to make people angry. I like the negative comments, to tell you the truth, because it's making people feel something and making people react in some way that's at least firing something in their brains. But during this time, it's really hard for me to get up and go and say, I want to make everybody angry today. I don't see how that's really useful. So I guess I'm saying that here on Painfully Honest Tech, things have been changing. Things are still going to change. I mean, it's a weird time for the channel since the first of the year. I haven't put out as many videos. I haven't been doing as much stuff. There's not been tech has not been the focus of a lot of things recently. It's just been a different kind of time. And so it's been a weird 3 months or so for the Painfully Honest Tech channel. And I do this now as my living, and I want to do this now as my living in the most honest possible way. That's the biggest thing for me, is that I need to be honest. I seem to be incapable of sort of putting on a face and just performing. Everything that I do is always much more connected to me than maybe it seems like it is, or maybe it seems like it should be, but it is. And so as we go through all of this, I want to offer something more personal, more helpful, more person to person with the audience than I think I've offered in the past. I want to be somebody who helps during this crisis in whatever way I can. And I found it just really almost impossible to be the difficult, angry guy. I don't want to be the difficult, angry guy. I'm not usually the difficult, angry guy. That's not my personality. If you've ever watched live streams or the podcast or any of those kinds of things, I'm not really that guy. I have strong opinions. I state my opinions strongly. However, I'm not that guy. Or at least I'm not all that guy. Part of me is that guy. Nope. I'm sitting here in my studio. Over here I have my streaming and gaming setup. Over here I have my music and sort of productivity setup where I do my editing and all that kind of stuff, make music. I haven't been making as much music as I really want to, and that's kind of a bummer. But I've been just spending all of my time during this whole thing worried about the channel, worried about how the channel's doing, how the channel is it growing, is it dying, is it I've just been spinning my wheels trying to find different ways to do different things, all of them things that I think I want to do, but I don't know exactly how to explain it. I'm not really sure what this channel is supposed to be in a post-coronavirus world. I don't want to be the angry guy. I don't want to be the old man who shakes his fist at the sky. I don't want to tweak people just for the sake of tweaking people, but at the same time, I still love tech. I still love the community that's happened here. So how do I talk about it? Some things that I thought of are, maybe do a tour of all this stuff, talk about that, tell you how I use it, tell you how it's helped me in the time that I've been here. I mean, the only difference between right now and the regular days of Painfully Honest Tech is that I just leave the house even less. I've tried to go out for walks. I've tried to be healthy. I've tried to do the stuff that everybody says you're supposed to do. And I know a lot of you out there are trying to do the things that people tell you you're supposed to be doing as well. But it's really hard. It's really hard. And I feel like I'm floating. I just feel like I'm kind of out there. I'm kind of out there doing things, but everything's disconnected, and the real point of everything, the point has shifted. It's like, here's where the real world was, and the point has shifted over here. And the important things right now are people's lives and caring for one another, caring for your families, caring for the world that you live in a way that maybe none of us have ever had to do. I guess I'm asking, what do you want to see from me? What do you want to see from Painfully Honest Tech? Do you want me to continue to talk about smartphones? Right now, we don't know anything about smartphones. We don't know what smartphones are coming out. We don't know when they're coming out. We don't know what they are, and it's really difficult for me to care that much about 120 hertz screen and 5G and all that kind of stuff to make an argument about it. I'm going to start doing videos on other stuff. I've got here an iPhone 7 Plus that I bought off of Amazon Renewed, and I think I'm going to start doing some Amazon Renewed reviews of phones that are out there. My friend Travis, MCP, and I, we've been doing live streams on Amazon, and we kind of discovered this Amazon Renewed thing. And it seems like it would be much more valuable to people to have content where I talk about phones that are still perfectly viable phones that can still get years worth of use out of having them for a much less premium price. I bought this Amazon Renewed 128 gigabyte iPhone 7 Plus in the matte black, which is my favorite color of all iPhones, and it was $235. $235, and it's just really been interesting to use over the past few days. So I'm going to review this in the sense of like how it works. Will it be worth having? Should you keep your iPhone 7? Should you buy one if you need to upgrade? I'm going to do videos like that. I'm going to do some more videos where I talk just generally about the news. I'm going to do different things. One thing I know is that the tone of the channel just doesn't feel appropriate to the moment. And so I'm going to work on making that a little bit better. I want to be someone that you guys want to come and be entertained by and listen to and have conversations with and think about the things that we love. We come here all loving tech, but our relationship with tech is now changing. Our relationship with tech is going to be different moving forward. The bubble that we live in right now, where tech has been sort of the end-all be-all, and $1,000 smartphones have been everywhere and all of that different kind of stuff. We're now starting to see manufacturers start to make less expensive phones. LG just announced their new phone, the Velvet, LG Velvet, and it's going to have a 700 series Qualcomm processor. It's going to have a different kind of style and design, and it's going to be a little bit less expensive. So LG is moving away from the G series over to this more design oriented phone, and they're going for that slightly less expensive part of the market. it's time for me to wake up. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world of tech. I'm interested in how tech is going to change. I'm interested in how things are going to play out as we move forward. What is the economy going to be like? I'm not a numbers guy. I don't know really anything about the economy. I'm terrible with money, but I do know the impact that the economy and all of those kinds of things have on people's everyday lives. I know that not everybody can afford a $1,000 phone, and to spend all my time arguing with people about $1,000 phones seems just petty and pointless. And I don't want to feel petty and pointless. I want to feel like I'm providing something that's valuable to people. So you tell me, what is it that you want me to provide to you that would give you more value? How can Painfully Honest Tech serve you, the community? What kind of videos do you want to see? Do you want more personal stuff from me? Do you want just straight up videos that are about tech with no me? I honestly don't know if I can do that. I've been struggling with the idea that I need to just be Painfully Honest Tech, the guy that people expect, and I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can be that. I don't know if I can be that anymore, given the gravity of the situation, compared to where we were enjoying ourselves, going to CES and having arguments about things, even just a few months ago. Everything has changed, and I have changed, and the feelings that I have about the things that I want to talk about and how I want to talk about them, or if I want to talk about them, have changed. So how am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? I'm asking you guys to help me out. Tech is helping me get through this situation, and I hope it's helping you get through this situation. How can we talk about how tech has helped us through this situation? I'm spitballing right now. If you're still here watching this video, I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling on. This is, what I think about all the time. This is how my brain works. This is the stuff that I think about, the stuff that I obviously wake up at 3 a.m. and perseverate over and try and figure out, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? What can I do to provide some value to the world in relation to the value that the world needs right now? I still haven't figured it out. But I'm going to try, and hopefully you're going to help, and I would really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks so much for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. You can come... let me know what you think about what I should be doing, what you want to see from me down in the comments below. That would be really, really helpful. I really do appreciate it. Until the next time, as always, I'm out.